these idiots, these absolute dummies, I love them so much. Hey guys, it's Kelly. We're talking about episode 10 of season 3, and it was beautiful. Oh, as much as I disliked the last episode, this one was top notch, 10 out of 10. I highly recommend. Oh man, there's so many good things to talk about. I'm gonna briefly glaze over the Uo-chan Kurino scene, which was perfect and beautiful. I love them. And Kurino being all dramatic, like, I have to leave. And Uo-chan just being like, that's fine, I understand. But I'm coming with you. Ha 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 ha. Love them, all about it. But I'm just gonna keep moving forward because I need to talk about my favorite scene in the entire show. Okay, so Yuki and Kyo hate each other, cannot stand the other person's existence, and they fight all the time. But of course, we know that it's just because they admire the other so much and want to be like them that they can't stand seeing them all the time. They both want what the other person has. And this whole series, you're just like, you absolute dorks. And then Yuki, Prince Yuki, quiet, reserved, calm, dignified Yuki, throws a frickin' tantrum, and it's the best thing I've ever seen. Kyo hasn't even gone to visit Tohru, and Yuki is done. He's done with his crap, okay? And I'm like, thank you, Yuki. You go, Yuki. You beat the crap out of this guy. Because he needs some sense knocked into him. And Yuki actually speaks his mind and is like, I wish I was like you, and Kyo's like, I wish I was like you, and Yuki can't stand it. He's like knocking doors down and is just filled with passionate rage. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is my favorite scene. This is it. It's the peak of their like relationship so far, and it finally comes, crashing down like, hey, we actually admire each other. And Yuki being like, the person you admire just gave you a pep talk, now go. And I'm like, yes, Kyo, go get her, come on. So I love this like out of character outburst from Yuki so much. I love that Kyo and Yuki are just like understanding each other better, and I just freaking love them so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This scene gives me life. Kyo runs off to go see Tohru, but first he goes to see his deadbeat dad. And I'm gonna be real, I didn't care super much for this scene, but I mean, it's a huge part of Kyo's story because, he's been blaming himself, or other people have been blaming him for his mother's death forever. And he's starting to realize, oh, you know what? Maybe my dad and his, horrible treatment of my mom was actually part of why she had crippling depression. Yikes. And he calls, to have him be locked away, and Kyo's like, no. Just straight up no. He is refusing. And I'm like, yes, you don't have to live like that. And even we see Akito, and she's like, I'm tearing down the cat's place. Like, I'm done with this. And it was interesting to have the quick moment with the maid, who has been this weird, strange, consistent background character that I still am not sure how I feel about. But regardless, Akito is like, change is here, change is coming, I have to move on. Good, I'm glad. Go Akito. And of course, Kyo gets to the hospital right as Tohru is being released, and he's finally not only just like realizing, his feelings and his emotions, but he is accepting them and is like, just, he's like, I love her. How much do I love her? It doesn't matter. I love her. And I'm just like, he's having this internal monologue and it's so epic and it's so good. And you're just like, yes, yes, Kyo, you love her, you love her. And then Tohru shows up and it's like, everyone's all like dramatic. And then Tohru runs away. She runs away. Tohru, what is wrong with you? I love it. It's adorable. And Tohru just probably can't handle it because she loves him too. And I love that Kyo is just like, wait a minute. I can run faster than you, and goes chasing after her. This is the levity that I needed. I needed this fun, upbeat ending because it's so just joyous and happy and perfect. And I mean, obviously I would have loved to see them come together, but we'll get to that next episode. And I am so thankful for this episode. I mean, you just see the hope raining down everywhere around you. And I'm just from the beginning with Uo-chan and Kurano to the end with Tohru and Kyo. And oh my goodness, I didn't even mention Machi calls Yuki. And Yuki's eyes glisten as they do in shoujo anime, and I just about died. Machi's like, I want to see you, I want to give you something. And Yuki is like, stop the presses, hold up, I will be there. And it just runs and runs. It's like, I want to see you. And I'm like, Yuki, you're too perfect for this world. I can't handle it. So thank you to the Fruits Basket gods for sending us this beautiful, beautiful episode. I am so much happier than I was last week. And I hope the rest of the season is just this wonderful, joyous bliss that this episode felt to be. So thank you guys so much for joining me throughout these weeks. It's been so much fun. I look forward to next week and we'll chat again soon. So in the meantime, stay tuned and stay animated.